Hello, friends. Today I will be talking about one of the new, quote unquote, niyamas. And these are ones from the ancient scriptures that Patanjali chose not to include when he created the famous Eightfold Path of Yoga. He wanted to stick with just 5 yamas and 5 niyamas to make it simpler, I assume. But these other ones that are listed in the Upanishads and other ancient scriptures provide wonderful hints for us for how we can help ourselves in our evolution so that we can be free of the karma that binds us and causes us suffering. And any hint we can have of things we can do to help, it's very welcome as far as I'm concerned. And I have found these to be very inspiring, and I hope you are enjoying them too. Today, I want to talk about Astikya, which means, and this is the definition that we found, faith in the real self with a capital R and a capital S. Belief in God, conviction in the Vedas, Upanishads. So this is saying to us that we need to make our conviction strong. We need to make our faith strong. We need to believe that we are not this body. We are the eternal soul. That soul which the Gita says cannot be burned up by fire, dried up by winds, cut by weapons. That soul is eternal. And this body is just a vehicle that we are occupying for a while that is helping us to experience life on earth. It's just a temporary experience, and it will be over at some point, and we will go on to many other lives, or perhaps we'll be free and be able to be with God in bliss all the time. That is our ultimate destiny. And these yamas and niyamas are helping us on that journey. So Astikya is trying to convey to us that we need to deepen our faith, that we need to create that reality in ourselves that trusts God, that believes, and much deeper than mere belief, that we have faith, that we know on every part of body, mind, and soul that we are with God and that God is with us. Now, how do we develop that? It sounds wonderful, but how do we get to the point where we feel it? Well, in order to develop faith, we have to open ourselves, open our hearts to God, and not hold anything back, and not say, well, God, I'll let you into this part of my life, but not that part of my life, or my thoughts, or my feelings. I want to hold on to a little bit of something for myself, and I don't want you to bother me in those areas. We want to surrender all those thoughts and feelings and just say, Lord, I'm yours. What can I do to be of service to you? And I want you to see all the dark corners of my consciousness. You are welcome everywhere, in my mind and in my heart and in my body and my soul. I'm not holding anything back. growing faith means to be receptive to God, to be open to hearing what He has to say, to invite Him and not to close Him out in any way. And the way we get to that point, I believe, is that we finally suffer enough and we decide, maybe I'm not the smartest person in the whole world. Or as a friend of mine says, maybe I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. We have to accept that maybe we are not perfect. Maybe we don't have all the answers. And then we can develop a little bit of humility to say, may I have some of your help, Lord? Please help me. Let's do this together. I don't want to be alone anymore. That's what having faith means. To open yourself to a much, much greater reality and to feel that your real self, the capital R, capital S, real self, is your soul. And that soul came from God, is going through all these experiences so that it can consciously go back to God, go up into that state of consciousness in which all is one. We need that reality. As St. Augustine said, our hearts are restless until they find their rest in Thee, in God. So let's try to develop the intuition that helps us to feel God in our hearts. We have to have faith, and we have to explore our intuition step by step, never ever presuming on it, but gently asking and being open to receiving. And in that way, step by step, our intuition will grow and we will start to feel, as Master called them, God's whispers from eternity. He will start giving you feelings in your heart, or thoughts will come into your mind of solutions to problems or questions that you have. Be open. Ask with earnestness, with love, with humility, with patience. And listen in the silence of meditation. Listen for those whispers. And little by little, your intuition will grow, which will make your faith unshakable, because you will have tried it and found it true that when you ask for God's help, He is there, ever there, by your side, ready to take your hand. He will never leave you. He is the one friend that you have for all eternity. He is your very own.